Good morning and welcome to this forum. Today, we would like to have a talk about global effective communication, promote mutual peace and prosperity. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Sofia Lesmia as the moderator. Our first panel is Mr. Sharar Hakimi. Hi Mr. Sharar, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Our second panel is Miss Yoni Zarni. Hi Miss Yoni, how are you?
Hi, Miss Sophia. I'm doing well.
Thank you for joining today in this discussion. Global effective communication is important, but what and how we communicate is much important. The principle of effective communication can provide opportunity to establish a better society. By educating people and instructing in a way they can understand and respond to your point of view. One of the reasons is we live in a multicultural country that practice different ways of living. Not only that, each individual are born and raised differently, which means everyone have their own persona. This is why communication is key. Not only it helps us to achieve our goals, it also maintains good relationship with others. Alright, without wasting our time, I'd like to ask Mr. Sharar Hakimi, how can we develop effective communication in this modern age?
Um, Thanks, Miss Sophia. I'm sure that people nowadays have smartphone which is, of course, it have various communication applications such as WhatsApp, WeChat, Facebook, and Twitter. Therefore, I urge all the user to check your message before you hit send it because every word you send to someone sometimes can touch the sensitivities that's allow facts to be happens. Before it happens, we all need to read it and make sure the stanchions that we want to convey can be understood and not often the receiver feeling by reading the message. Attitude. Desire is very important when we communicate with people because we will make people feel comfortable talking to us. Therefore, many people like to share their problem by chatting. Furthermore, we should think before we speak. It seems easy, but I think everyone doesn't do it because they only think about what they want to convey. But in presentation, there are a few things that cause people feel not comfortable with it. For example, the matter that touch the hot issues such as religions, culture, and racial issue. This matters is just like check your message before you hit send, but think first before talking so we can know their reaction when they hear it. Because of that, they will start to abstain themselves from us and they choose to keep quiet during chatting. Moreover, we should know the body language. This body language is very important, especially when we talk during face to face, because we can know their reaction when we talk to them. For example, the face expressions such as smiley, frowning, and awkwardness when they are talking to us. Most importantly, we really need to know the eye gaze because for me, person eye gaze never divides the person who sits. Finally, we must have emotion, awareness, and management because when we are talking, we will be direct to the person talking to us. If it's not managed, this will cause us to speak in the motion stage. For example, we talk during angry. In this situation, we will yet to the person talking to us and make them feel un- uncomfortable and also provide anger to them or speak while crying. At this time, the person who are listening to us will not understand what we saying because our sobs are louder than the voice. That's all from me. I'm heading back to Miss Sophia.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Sharer. I could agree more with your points. In the current era in which technology is growing more advanced in response to advancement, life is getting easier and better than the old days. You can get everything just by the tip of your fingers. Technology can also strengthen your relationship, especially with someone afar. However, communicating online is different since you can show your emotion through text. This is why it's important for you to reread your message as it can be interpreted differently by the recipient. Language barrier has always been the number one issue in communication, and this is when technology becomes helpful. We can utilize Google Translate or any other language application to help us learn their language and strengthen the bonds of both parties. Now, I would like to hear Ms. Yoni's explanation regarding our topic. Ms. Yoni, why is global effective communication important in our life?
Okay. Thank you, Miss Moderator. Hello and a very good morning, I bid to all of you. I am so glad to be one of the guests here. Communication is the act of exchanging ideas, feeling, and information from one place, person, or group to another. Usually it happens verbally, non-verbally, or visually. Communication is also one of the essential social skills required for each individual to survive in the world. Effectively, communication will ensure that you are not only convey your message to someone, but it also let them to know about your feeling and emotion, whether it is among family members, friends, or the colleagues. Effective communication helps individuals get through the tasks of the life become easier. In our daily life, effective communication helps us to build the relationship by allowing us to share our experience and need. It helps us connect to with others. It essence of life allowing us to express feeling, pass on information, and share thoughts. We all need to do the effective communication. The importance of effective communication is we can comfort the people and at the same time we can attract the people to make a cooperation with us. Besides, effective communication help to exist the peace environment. If our environment is peace, we can avoid wars. For example, the wars between Israel and Palestine have affected our world peace. We also can take example why effective communication is important in the working world. Communication in the workplace is important because it boosts employee morale, engagement, productivity, and satisfaction. Ultimately, effective workplace communication helps to drive a better result for individuals, team, and organization. Heading back to Miss Moderator.
You bring up an interesting point, Miss Yoni. Communication is also a soft skill that you have to master because it demonstrates professionalism and develop business relationship. This can be clearly seen in how countries around the world maintain good relationships with one another. Following this, universal peace and prosperity was decreasing, causing communication not running smoothly as usually. So, Mr. Sharul Hakimi, how do we promote universal peace and prosperity?
Thanks again. To promote universal peace and prosperity, we need to have the understanding and cooperation with each other. This makes it easier for all parties to spread the message of peace and prosperity. Sorry. Uh, to spread the message of peace and prosperity universally. For example, we agree to support and participate in campaigns such as the Peace and Prosperity campaigns. It will indirectly strengthen the relationship between people in this world. So we need to learn how to understand and depend on matters involving an outsider to make it easier for us to cooperate in the future. When we know about them, we won't be awkward to cooperate event thus we have different ways to do things together. However, we should not imitate their lifestyle in our community because we seem to disrespect the way of life of our community. They are non-accepted will invite anger in our society. An examples of the outsider way of life that is not suitable in our community is doing negative things such as the culture of endlessness. Therefore, we only need to understand it, not practice it. In addition, that stance of the United Nations make it easier for the world community to maintain our universal peace and prosperity. Why do I say that United Nations? Because there have 163 countries registered with the United Nations, which include countries that have veto powers such as China, Russia, and the United States of America (USA). And not forgetting our country, which has joined it for a long time. Unite the the sorry the United Nations also have its own character that separates for universal peace and prosperity. The proof is that the United Nations was established to save the following generation from the misery of war, which twice in our lifetimes has brought unspeakable sorrow to mankind. In addition, the United Nations reframes its belief in human rights, in human dignity, a value in the right of equality between men and women as well as large and small countries, to create a situation in which justice and respect for obligation arise. Of the comments and other source of law can be pursued in order to promote social progress and a better standard of living in greater freedoms. Um, I think that's all from me. I hand it back to Sophia. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Sharur, for your explanation. I think you are totally right about that, Mr. Sharur. By joining forces through campaign promoting peace, not only we can spread serenity in the whole world, but also strengthen relationship among associates. Miss Yoni, tell us how effective communication promote universal peace and prosperity work.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Sophia. Global effective communication can promote universal peace and prosperity because by communicating, we can build a good relationship between others. This is because by doing communicate, we can comfort the people and at the same time, we can attract the people to have cooperation with us. For instance, our country Malaysia have done many good and effective friendly relationship with other country. For example, the effective relationship between Malaysia and Singapore make Malaysia can generate income by being business partner to Singapore. Malaysia as the main water supply. For your information, this relationship was started by communicating. Our government tech have win the Singapore government heart. Okay. Do you know 80% of workplace problems are communication? Here are the tips about how can effective communication promote universal peace and prosperity. First and foremost, put the trust. Effective communication fosters trust with others. Listening attentively and leading ear is so vital in helping to build their trust in you. This should work in all directions in a business and your personal life. Being there for someone and listening to their point of view is so valuable. Next, communication can help to solve problems. The ability to communicate effectively helps to solve the conflict. It also plays a massive part in preventing new conflict occurring. This could be down to personality clashes in a workplace or a misunderstanding in a certain environment. Going back in the online marketing business, I continue to reach out to my wider community and ask for a help, support, and guidance with any roadblocks which I face. And you always will in life. Is just a part of life. But how we'll deal with the problem is crucial to our success. Besides, providing clarity and direction. Effective communication will ensure that you are able to deliver clear and concise goal and objective for you and your team or family members. Your business vision mission are clearly defined. Your roles and responsibilities are also clearly defined. Other than that, communication can create better relationship. Great communication will also improve the relationship both with employees and in your personal life with friends and family members. Listen carefully and offering your support and quality feedback is so important. This shows true mutual respect. Moreover, increase engagement, with people feeling more confident in their work and in their understanding of what they need to do. They become more engaged with their whole work. So, by practicing effective communication, You can increase engagement among the entire team or community. Same applies to your life. Engage with everyone by going on a family adventure and holidays. Furthermore, improve productivity. When team members understand their role, the role of others and your expectation, they can more focus on their work and the work problem will be less. You can improve the management, your workload and be efficient in your activities and tasks. Last but not least, promotes team building. Good communication skill can play being main role in nurturing positive work experience for you and your entire team. As people will feel appreciated, trusted, and understood by you, you naturally improve your work environment. With improved communication, the team members will be better to rely on each other. Your team member will feel as though they must carry the entire group. This improved division of laboring will increase positive feeling and relationship between the team members, which lead to improved moral and work experience. Okay, that's all from me. I'm heading back to our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Yoni, for your sharing. Effective communication can lead to many misunderstandings or disagreement. This can include making mistakes or completing tasks incorrectly, having your feelings hurt, causing arguments, or distancing yourself from others. Mr. Sharur, what do you think about this?
Um, Thank Miss Sophia. As we know, right now everyone focus in their job to earn money, but at the workplace have a lot of problems, such as misunderstandings. Misunderstanding happen all the times, especially when communication is not clear, and misunderstandings out of a lack of communication can lead to someone serious issue in the workplace. For example, an employee might an employee might misunderstands what their responsibilities are if they not clearly spell it out of them. They might then not do their job as well as they could be if they fully understood. A candidate might also misunderstand the job role if it's not clearly described in the jobs advertisements. Then the interview might be a waste of both their times and the company times. Likewise, if a new hire isn't properly boarded, they might misunderstand their place in company and as such have a difficult times assimilating into their new position. If this problem continues among the workers, this will cause a company to suffer hard losses. Not forgetting that the employees will experience stress due to pressure from their superiors. Because of this, they choose to quit works and employees who are not good at managing stress may suffer from depressions and choose to end their life. Before before things like this happen, we need to help each other to to avoid misunderstanding between us. It doesn't matter who we are in the situation. That's all my agreements. I hope everyone is aware of the surrounding situations and tolerate each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charul Hakimi. Miss Yoni, how about your opinion in this topic? Did you agree with Mr. Charul Hakimi?
Thank against Miss Sophia. Yes, I agree with Mr. Charul Hakimi. As we know, nowadays are more simple and easier because of the technology that help us to improve our life. But how about the effective communication? Nowadays, global had lack of communication skill because they rarely communicate with others. This is because people usually using the electronic media such as phone and tablet to communicate. They think those things can help them to communicate with others. In fact, that's not because they only communicate through internet, not to face with the person. Never think that electronic media or gadget help us to communicate if ourselves are not practicing and do something to improve our communication skill. Lack of communication can affect to our global peace and prosperity. This is because people are just stuck by following their mind and don't care about people feeling. For instance, people nowadays always using the social media to keep in touch, know latest news, follow the fashion trend and extra. But how it can affect to global peace and prosperity? This way is when someone are not having communication skill to talk and comment on the social media. They will follow their mind and opinion, such as using the harsh word. It can be worse to the victim than experience because it can make the victim lose spirit and motivation in their life. In fact, can make them to be depressed and stressed because of the harsh word such as stupid person, ugly person, and extra. For your information, many artists suicide because of the people to be harsh word to attack them on their media social. So, if we want our global to be peace and prosperity, we should have a good communication skill and respect each other. That's all for me.
Thank you, Miss Yoni and Mr. Charul Hakimi, for sharing today. There's a lot of knowledge for us to learn together in today's topic. In conclusion, communication is important in our daily basis. We communicate to express our opinion, share information, and also ask for assistance or help from another countries. Malaysia is one of the nations that use parliamentary democratic system, where freedom of speech is crucial to uphold nationally harmony. Therefore, communication is crucial to maintain peace. Without peace, the country will go haywire, which will cause issue and conflict around people, as well as we are not able to live in a peaceful atmosphere in the upcoming years. Thank you to our wonderful audience for being here with us in today's discussion and leading their time and year to listen to our opinion on the topic that is being discussed. Thank you.